Okay, next question. It's about vaccines. I want to remain a sovereign being, as I do not consent to vaccines. However, the consequences of not taking the mandatory vaccine would cause me to be dismissed from my job, which will have an effect on my entire family. And any suggestions from the higher realms about remaining sovereign during these difficult times. This is where we, as loving beings, as the way showers, as the light workers, the ones that are showing the way for others, we have to show how to shine our light. And the way to shine our light is to recognize what we have created in our own lives and take responsibility for that creation. Because once we take responsibility for the creations in our lives, no matter how awful they may seem to be, once we take responsibility, it brings that sovereignty to us. Sovereignty isn't a matter of saying, no, you can't do this to me, and just standing your ground. That's fighting. Being sovereign is living from the heart and acknowledging that we create everything around us. We create our experiences. And once we come into harmony with that and love with that, then everything that is not in harmony with that melts away because we have reclaimed our sovereignty. So when one has a choice between taking a vaccine and keeping their job, or not taking a vaccine and losing a job and damaging the family, we have created a scenario for ourselves where we have chosen to experience something that puts us between a rock and a hard place. These things don't just show up out of the blue. Everything is a projection of our feelings, of our vibrations. So if we have a scenario in our lives that shows that there is a vibration within us that is of feeling trapped, because that's what this vibration is. When you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, you have a vibration of feeling trapped and not knowing what to do. And both options suck. So that feeling of being trapped occurred before this happened. So before being forced to choose between losing your job and hurting your family and being forced to take a vaccine by your employer, before that ever came up, that feeling of being trapped between a rock and a hard place was already there. But it manifested itself in this way to show you that that feeling was already there. So you might want to take a look to see what was going on in your life before this scenario ever happened. What was making you feel stuck, making you feel trapped, making you feel like you have no easy options. Again, before this ever occurred. Because that would have been there. That's the only way this stuff shows up, is if we already had it within us. So, what to do about that? This is where you go into prayer or meditation and you connect to your heart center and you think about both of your options. They're both unpleasant. Think about your two options. When you are in a place of love, when you're in meditation or prayer, because you're in that place of love, not panic, not pleading, just a place of love where you know when you go into it, you're going to feel peace and calm. And you know you're going to be given guidance. So when you're in that mindset and that feeling in prayer or meditation, you think about both options, and one of them will feel that little bit better. One of them will feel a little more freeing than the other. It might be slight, it might be very slight, but one of your two options will feel, yeah, okay, I can live with this one. I don't like it. I don't like it, but I can live with it. And you'll feel a relief or you'll feel panic. If you feel panic, take a break, wait till you're feeling better, and go back into that prayer meditation in that peaceful, loving mindset with your hands on your heart center. And look at it again. And there will be one that feels slightly better. And this is what you do with everything. Whenever you have a decision to make and you don't know which, never try to figure it out when you are in a state of frustration. You have to get yourself into a state of relaxation to allow yourself to see what is the best option. If you stay in this tense, I don't know what to do state, there is no option. Nothing will work because you're not allowing it. So you have to do the work of getting yourself deliberately causing yourself to calm down and deliberately putting yourself into a blissful, peaceful state. And the reason why most people don't do this is because they just don't wanna. Because when we are in a mindset of frustration and anger and panic, we don't want to put in the work because it's work. It really is work. It's not just thinking about kittens and all of a sudden, oh, I'm thinking about kittens. Everything's better now. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. Thinking about affirmations, that doesn't work either. When you are in that mindset of panic, of what do I do? Everything, there's no good option. When you're in that frequency, it doesn't work to try to just skyrocket into a good feeling place. It can't be done. You have to inch and crawl your way into better feeling thoughts, into better feeling places until you finally get yourself to that good feeling place where you can allow yourself to get the answer that will be given to you. So yeah, that's what I really hope everyone can understand, is that it's work to get yourself to feel better. But once you start getting used to this, it becomes easier and easier and easier because it's a muscle. Everything's a muscle. You just think of everything as a muscle. The more you practice it, the more you work it, the faster and easier it is. So when it's gone to the point whenever I'm in a state of frustration, which really does not happen anymore, it just doesn't, because now I get to a point where within seconds I can catch myself and I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, and then I can just cancel it out and I get back into a place of just loving feeling and just honoring what's going on. And it's because it's easy now. And it was not easy in the beginning. And no, if anyone tells you it's easy, it's not easy. Learning how to lift weights, how to exercise, how to do anything new is not easy. And also when we are used to being stressed and panicked, and especially when we have family members depending on us, this isn't just sort of a decision of where should I go on vacation. This is a huge, major thing when you have your lives of many people depending upon you. It's such an intense state to be in. So it's going to take whatever it's going to take for you to relax into a state of peaceful calm. It might take 5 minutes. It might take 5 hours. Hopefully not, but it's up to you to decide that you want to get to a place of allowing yourself. And so imagine what that place would feel like. Maybe you could think, well, if I was able to ever get to a place where I feel relaxed enough to have a massage, that would feel nice. Okay, now I know what I'm aiming myself for. Okay, I feel awful right now. Oh, the thought of having maybe a cup of tea. That feels a little better. Just want to throw it at someone. Oh, that feels even better. Oh, but then I have to clean it up. Oh, no. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, just laying down and taking a nap, putting some headphones in, and so that way I can't hear anybody screaming. Oh, not hearing anyone yell. That sounds really good. Yeah. And you just kind of inch your way to a good feeling place. So that's all you can do. So first step, recognize that vibration of being stuck, being trapped, having no choice was already in you before this situation happened. And that's how we reclaim our sovereignty, is to recognize we brought it to ourselves. That's how we reclaim our sovereignty, is to be honest and true with ourselves. And once we see the power that we have within ourselves, then this kind of thing will never occur again, because we can catch ourselves. We reclaim our sovereignty by honoring our power and our strength, not to stop, but to just reclaim that we are the master creators that we forgot that we were. And look at what we can create when we are in a negative vibration. Imagine what we could create if we were in a good vibration. It's just amazing. So I know you're in a difficult place, and so many of you are, and it's not easy. But do the work. It's worth it. It really is worth it. And you'll feel better. Okay? And also, if you look back to see what vibration was, because you'll see that you had that vibration, whatever vibration you're feeling now, which is evident because of what was created, you'll be able to recognize that it was there before you created this and why it was there. And your life will just get so much better once you see that. You can see that it was there, and then you can just let it go. Okay? I love you, and you will be okay. It will be okay. All right, next question.